Hey people! So, I hadn't updated in a while, and I had actually gone to a bunch of events that kept me a little bit busy. Aside from school and things like that, I've been a little bit busy, but I went to a bunch of trans events, I went to the film festival, I had a lot of stuff going on, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. I went to Transcon 2016, yeah, Transcon Miami. And what that is, it's a conference for and about and in support and awareness of the trans community. So it's a bunch of people getting together. It was actually at Barry University, but usually it'll be like at a convention center or I don't know, any space that they can get. And the first day was a job fair type thing. I didn't actually get to go to that. I had because I had some other stuff going on, I wasn't able to go to that, but the conference is 2 days. So actually that first day is when I went to the film festival. You know, it already ended the first night, and that night I went to the film festival with my mother. We saw a really great movie called Sin Hijos. Sin Hijos means like no kids. It's a Spanish film, it's Argentinian. Argentinian, yeah. And actually, it was really, really funny. It was hilarious. I recommend it, like, highly. If anybody ever gets the opportunity to go see that, you should. It's awesome. Very funny. My mom and I both liked it. It's subtitled, so you can watch it if you don't like Spanish or you don't understand Spanish. It was funny being a Spanish speaker and watching it because I was like, that's not the exact translation to what that person said, but it was still hilarious. And I'm used to reading subtitles because, you know, childhood anime, like, forever. But if you don't like subtitles and you don't know Spanish, then I'm sorry, but it's a really, really good movie and you're missing out. So, highly recommend that. And my mom and I, it was actually a really good bonding experience for us. It was a good opportunity for us to hang out by the beach. She was a little upset that I wasn't, like, glammed out, dressed wonderfully and beautifully, but we had an amazing time. It was really cool. And let me see. Oh yeah, then the next day was part 2 of the Transcon. Yeah, the Trans conference was 2 days, and so the second day was a bunch of workshops and things like that. We got to see this amazing trans woman her name is Ruby. She you know, had this amazing story about how she went from homelessness. You know, she came from, I think, El Salvador when she was like 15. And, you know, being a 15-year-old boy at the time, you know, in the streets, you know, and she found her way. She made it work, and she struggled with homelessness for many, many years. She struggled with, you know, sex work, which a lot of trans women fall into, and not a lot of people know that. And finally, she managed to find a bunch of people where they're like, you can't keep doing this anymore. We're not going to let you. And she had this really amazing support system, and now she runs this organization called Casa Ruby. Casa Ruby is this place in, I think, Washington, D.C. that helps homeless LGBTQ people. And it's just amazing, and it's growing, and it's amazing to see the work that she's doing and the change that she's demanding, you know, in DC. It's just really great to see, and it was really nice to meet her. And she was funny, too. You know, we Hispanics love to talk, so it went on and on and on, and we're just like, yak, 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 yak. But, so, I mean, if you're not a talker, then I'm sure it was boring, but, and no, she was very funny. She stress the importance of thinking that you are beautiful and loving yourself, you know, no matter what. And she was like making fun of her own body, which was really funny because, I don't know, like, I guess people told her, like, she, you know, because of her features or her weight or whatever, that she wasn't beautiful, and she just, you know, was like, please, I'm gorgeous, and it was just like, oh my gosh, like, no. And then she's like, who cares if I'm up to here or down to here or short or whatever, you know, and just every time she said something, we were all cracking up. And then there were a bunch of different workshops. So I went to, the first workshop I went to was, you know, trans visibility in the media, and some people were making documentaries on trans people. So I got to see a few documentaries that people made. And I actually got interviewed for a documentary, so it was really cool, and they were really nice to me, and they were like, you did such a good job, and I was like, oh, thank you. And I had terrible anxiety throughout the whole day, so nervous, you know, it was the first time meeting so many people in a place like me and being out, and it was just really amazing. I still got misgendered. I'm wearing a name tag that, you know, has they, them, theirs written on it in black Sharpie, and people are still like, oh, thank you, ma'am, and I'm like, really? Like, why? No. It's like, it's a name tag right here, just come on, people. And I wasn't wearing this hat, but I was wearing my meow hat, which I think I have in other videos. And that got me actually a lot of attention. They were like, oh my gosh, cool hat. And because of that hat, I actually got the opportunity to go to another event later on. But I actually met this trans kid named Jake, and he's just such an inspiration. He's such a cool dude, really mature for his age. His mom is like, you're trans? All right, we're gonna, let's change the world now. And I was like, what? I mean, she's a cool cat. She's not the typical parent. I don't think that she's, you know, norm for parents, whatever, you know, norm is. But she was a really cool cat, and she was just devoted to her son, and it was amazing. And he was so talented. He could draw, he was sophisticated, we had a lot of stuff in common, so he's my new buddy. And his mom was actually on the council for some trans organization down on Wilton Manors, which is apparently the gay district of Florida, which I did not know. I was like, what? Wilton Manors? Wilton Manors is like somewhere by the beach, like on the far end of Broward, like, you know, so it's like right after Broward is Wilton Manors, apparently, and here in Florida. I'd never been, but I was really happy when I did go to that event, because even though it was a far drive, I'm driving, and I just happened to look to my left, and I had to do a double take. There's a green coat hanger, a neon green coat hanger, and in neon pink letters, it says, out of the closet, and I was cracking up. I went, ah! Like, oh my gosh! I was like, that does not say that! Oh my gosh! And the time I went to the event, like, everything was pretty much closed. So I didn't really get a chance to walk around. But I met some other great people in that event, and that event was actually invited to by not only Jake's mom, who's on the council, but her friend who happened to see my meow hat. And she was really nice to me. They were all really nice to me, and they invited me to that event, which was apparently like the 2-year anniversary of when they started the event, and it was Alice in Wonderland themed, and it was beautiful, gorgeous, and I met not only other trans people, I met, you know, another gender fluid person, so that was really cool. I met actually there's a couple that lives right in my vicinity, and I was like, oh, what's trans people where I live? How is this possible? Like, there's more? You know, it was really cool. And, so that was a really cool event that I went to also. And actually, I didn't finish the rest of the event. The trans event, the Transcon, the first one, there was, you know, being able to properly tell your story, you know, basically like organizing your thoughts in a way so that you could tell people your story without anybody being offended or, you know, maybe asking inappropriate questions. And you would just be able to explain to them very calmly that this is something that's offensive to you, and there's a reason why, and this is a story that's an example. And it was just a really cool way to organize your thoughts. I was a little late to that, so I didn't get to see the whole thing, unfortunately. And they did provide lunch, so that was cool. And, see, what was the last event? Oh, and the last event was a sex education type thing. And it was just a really cool thing for, like, basically trans teen youth, you know, to hang out and, I guess, be safe when having sex. And they gave us, like, a huge bag of condoms and stuff. Sorry, I'm a little sick. Terrible. But, yeah, they even gave us, like, female condoms, and I think there was even, like, a dental dam, and there was, like, there was condoms over that. There was condoms all over this convention center. And, this event had a bunch of different stands all definitely teaching safe sex and, providing condoms, which is great, but I learned about organizations that, help trans women get out of sex work and have a place to stay, and, different youth programs for, trans people to be like people like them, places where parents could go. It was just a really good place to get resources, and I'm not even kidding, a pack of papers I brought home this thick, like at least an inch and a half, maybe, no, not 2 inches, like an inch and a half thick of just stacks of papers, like, and I was like, what? So I got a lot of information and resources, and it was just a good time, Afterwards, I went out to, Wendy's and got to talk to my friend Jake and his mom a little more, and it was just a really, really amazing experience. And I recommend that everybody, basically find an outlet and find a place where you can kind of just plug into each other. I think, having a community of people is just really, really important. And I wasn't able to do that, especially since that was all so far. I didn't think I would, but I think I'm starting to now, and it's just been really, really great for me. So I hope that you guys and you chickadees and you my peeps, you can all, like, I don't know, just chill out and meet people like you, have a good time, and enjoy life. I wish you all the best. Bye, peeps.